How much do you love a good mystery? Since its inception, the internet has gradually acquired quite a few unsolved mysteries, and to be straight with you, many of them are creepy. From eerie videos posted on the dark web to bizarre enigmas no one can solve, people who dig through these mysteries only find darker secrets down the rabbit hole. Of course, the thirst to solve the mystery is ever present. A simple search could lead to sifting through clues on Reddit at 3 in the morning. So, go get your magnifying glass because here are 10 creepy unsolved internet mysteries. 10. Jeff the Killer. In 2008, a super creepy video popped up on YouTube featuring the super creepy face you see here. Jeff the Killer, as the face was dubbed, became one of the internet's most popular scary stories. The character became the subject of a series of stories on Creepypasta, the internet's most terrifying collection of user-generated fiction. Jeff the Killer became almost as recognizable as the Slender Man, Creepypasta's most famous creation. He became so popular that there's now an anime about him. But for all his popularity, no one could figure out the story behind the original creepy video. Internet legend has it that Jeff the Killer was born from the suicide of a teenage girl named Katie Robinson. As the legend goes, Katie posted a photo of herself on 4chan, the hell of the internet, and forum users bullied her about her weight so badly that she killed herself. The image of Jeff the Killer was supposedly made by distorting Katie's face with Photoshop. No one knows who owned the account of the user who originally posted the video, but the account has since been terminated by YouTube for violating their guidelines. If the internet is to be believed, the video was created by one of the 4chan trolls who drove Katie to suicide with their bullying. 9. Kenny Veach's disappearance. Kenny Veach hiked around Nevada and made a comment on YouTube about an M-shaped cave near the Shadow Mountains. He said it gave him weird sensations, and after much interest, he made a video of the cave and said it was near Nellis Air Force Base. Unfortunately, since releasing it, he has disappeared and no one knows about his whereabouts. 8. Mortis.com. If you try to go to Mortis.com today, you'll get an error message. That's because this site was taken down by the feds. Why? Well, no one really knows. Internet users stumbled on the site randomly, and all that was displayed was a login screen for username and password. Of course, this intrigued users who wanted to know what lay behind the login screen, and they set to work trying to figure out the username and password. Even the most talented hackers couldn't crack the login, but they did manage to figure out that the site was hosting an insane amount of data. This increased the mystery level exponentially. What could a lockdown site hosting that much data be used for? No one could figure it out. They eventually tracked the site to a man named Tom Ling, who owned multiple other equally mysterious sites, including one called Cthulhu.net. Before internet sleuths could get much further in their digging, the FBI shut down all of the sites associated with Tom Ling. This is another internet mystery that may remain unsolved. The most popular speculation is that Mortis.com was some sort of data house for some illegal activity hosted by some sort of shady organization, possibly within the government. 7. The NASA hack. In 2002, Gary McKinnon was doing some research on the existence of aliens. We've all been there, but McKinnon took it a little further when he hacked into NASA to get his information from the ultimate source. It should be noted that McKinnon hacked into NASA the same way that your buddy hacks your Facebook when you leave it open on his computer. McKinnon found a remote desktop connection that had no password protecting it. What he found was an image of some sort of strange flying aircraft in the sky. When NASA workers noticed, his access was shut off. It's obvious that NASA didn't want whatever he saw to be seen by the public. Authorities wanted to throw the book at him, claiming he destroyed government computers and caused an exorbitant amount of damage. These accusations were never proven and McKinnon was allowed to go free. 6. The Publius Enigma. The Publius Enigma is an alternate reality game connected with Pink Floyd's album The Division Bell. An anonymous user started posting cryptic messages on the unmoderated Usenet newsgroup, alt.music.pinkfloyd in 1994. The messages encouraged Pink Floyd's fans to solve a puzzle and win rewards. However, no one knew about the man posting these messages. This whole story took a completely new turn on the night of July 18, 1994. On that night, the light patterns on the front of the stage at the Pink Floyd concert spelled out the words Enigma Publius. According to some people, it was the band itself behind this alternate reality game. During an interview in 2002, guitarist David Gilmour said that the puzzle was some silly record company thing that they thought up to puzzle people with. During a book signing of his biographical work Inside Out, A Personal History of Pink Floyd, Nick Mason, the drummer, mentioned that Publius Enigma had been instigated by the record company. However, no one is sure whether it was just to confuse people or he actually meant it. The band never made any official statements. 5. The Markovian Parallax denigrate. The Markovian Parallax denigrate is the internet's oldest mystery. It started basically when the internet was born. In 1996, Usenet, a kind of predecessor of today's web forums, users received the first known instance of internet spam. They began to receive messages. The title of each post contained the words Markovian Parallax denigrate. The message that followed was a seemingly random assortment of words. Some of the words were real words while others seemed to be gibberish. Hundreds of messages inundated the board on a single day, sparking much interest, but when users couldn't figure out the source or meaning of the messages, they gave up trying to explain the phenomenon. About 10 years later, internet sleuths noticed that the Wikipedia page for the event known as the Markovian Parallax denigrate had a picture of one of the messages. The picture showed a name in the message, Susan Lindauer. Conspiracy nuts noted that she was a former journalist and CIA asset who'd been allegedly connected to Saddam Hussein's government and who'd since taken up the hobby of spouting conspiracy theories. The Wikipedia page disappeared shortly after the internet made the connection. People immediately jumped to the conclusion that the messages were secret government message being passed in code, which might have made sense if Lindauer, the journalist's CIA asset, was linked to the Markovian Parallax denigrate, which she confirmed she wasn't. And neither were other Susan Lindauers that internet sleuths were able to track down. So far, which one of these internet mysteries is the creepiest? Let me know in the comment section below. 4. Grave robbing for morons. In the video titled Grave Robbing for Morons, a young boy talked about grave robbing. According to the internet users, the video was probably released in the 1980s or 1990s. The boy had long, unkempt hair tied in a ponytail. In the mysterious video, he described the process of cleaning a skull. Also, he talked about selling skulls on the black market. The video became sensational in the internet world. The young boy mentioned the name Anthony Cass in the video but stopped midway. Internet users tried to find this man. However, nothing came out. Few claimed that the entire video was a hoax. These were just a group of boys having drinks and fun. Some believed that the makers of Grave Robbing for Morons might have been inspired by the 1978 horror film Faces of Death. The movie was filmed in a similar style and featured a similar theme of exploiting death for entertainment. Another name that has been tied to this video is a man named Christopher Bouchy. He used to make low-budget horror movies. However, he denied any involvement. This mystery is still unsolved, and users are looking for answers. 3. Valor Por Tamaulipas. This massive Facebook fan page with more than 615,000 followers has dealt major blows to several cartels, releasing information about cartel crime scenes and doing things that most journalists are killed over. It became so effective at denouncing cartel activities, those involved have prices on their heads. Except, no one really knows who runs the page, and they have been effective at staying anonymous. 2. 973 Numu 973. The site is a monument to numerology, the belief that numbers have a divine connection to particular events. A lot of religious mysticism is inextricably tied to numerology. The site has some serious religious overtones as well. Some of the pages are covered in Bible verses surrounded by numbers. Some pages, Bible verses are plotted out on charts. The purpose of the site is entirely unknown to this day. The site is owned by a British artist, which was discovered when his image was found buried pages deep within the site. Some theorize that the site is an elaborate art project created by a techno artist with basic HTML skills. Others believe that the numerology is an attempt to mathematically prove the existence of God. The truth is, the site remains a complete mystery, and one of the most complex mysteries the internet has to offer. 1. GhostNet. In 2009, a secret Chinese cyber hacking operation was uncovered. The operation infected 103 countries using a highly elaborate email phishing scam to infect computers. Once the computers were infected, the hackers could turn on the video camera and microphone, recording everything in the room. To this day, no one knows who was behind it, though many believe it was the Chinese government. And this is where we end this video. Which one of these internet mysteries was the creepiest? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, so you don't miss out on my future videos.